Hola, mi amigos. What's going on? So today, another post commentary, same as this morning. Thank you, by the way, for all of the support on this morning's video. It is absolutely crushing it, which, I mean, that's fantastic. That makes me want to make more videos on the heavy tank number 6. Most notably, my favorite thing was the top comment. It was my picture, and I'll put this comment up here. when I'm trying to figure out what the heavy tank number 5 was. Beautiful comment. That was spot on. But today we're talking about another premium vehicle that is extremely easy to play. It's like there was a trend for today's content, so I didn't want to just die. No, I'm kidding. I did do a callback. Well, that's kind of a callback. It's like the Onision drama. You know what I'm talking about? That whole schizo thing. I'm not actually a schizo. I'm actually in a snowstorm right now, and yeah, it's pretty crazy. But I got some snacks. So we got some beef jerky, some Buffalo Ranch seeds, and some Cape Cod salt and vinegar chips. Oh my God. Cape Cod salt and vinegar chips are the best thing you'll ever put in your mouth. Swear to God. But the KV-1B, let's talk a little bit about War Thunder, right? That's kind of what you're here for. So the KV-1B, it is a mixed match between Germany and Russia, right? So it's KV-1 with the Pak-40 in it, and a cupola, and some extra armor. But the cupola, major thing on the cupola. Because if you don't know, you can pen the cupola and kill this thing pretty easily if you have APHE. Hey, I'm sorry KV-1B drivers, not like it was really hard for you to play in the first place, so I gotta give them some type of way to kill you. Other than that, Pak-40, fantastic gun. You first see it on the Panzer II G, or F? G? F4? F4 Phantom, but you get what I'm saying. It's a 75mm cannon, pens everything from the side. It's amazing because it has this great amount of explosive filler and post-pen damage. And then on top of that, you're in a KV-1 chassis, which is already super tough to pen at that tier, which is great. It's kind of like the best of both worlds. Now, this game that you're going to be watching isn't the best KV-1B game I've ever had, but it is a damn good one at that, and it's a very, very heartbreaking defeat, which is even more fun to talk about because War Thunder's full of that. You know, you might think, hey, I'm top dog. I'm head honcho today. No, your teammates are going to let you down, and you're going to be very sad about it, and that's completely fine. Now, the biggest thing I want to mention, just for future content for the next couple of months, is you hear my heater in the background. I try to cover it up with music, but you might still hear it. Now, you know, the smart individuals would say, Slick, why don't you just turn off the heater when you're recording? Well, the heater has a thermostat on the front of it, and I'm in the basement, so I'm on like the lowest level. And what that thermostat currently reads is 57 degrees Fahrenheit, which means it is 57 degrees Fahrenheit in my room where the heater is, which should be the hottest part of the room because that's the heater. Yes, we have a normal heater, but it's on the ceiling, so the heat comes out of the ceiling and goes straight up and heats the rest of the house, and I'm down here in the Arctic Circle, you know, so I'm wearing leggings, I got shorts on, socks over my leggings, you know how I do. I got a long sleeve shirt on, coats, things like that. I'm trying to just stay warm, so I'm sorry if that annoys you, but let's really talk about what we're doing in this game. So KV-1B, I'm trying to play it back as a sniper, especially on this variation of Hurricane Forest. I don't know about you guys, but this is I don't like Hurricane Forest to begin with, so this variation of Hurricane just it's every time I see it I don't like it. But we're trying to deal with the guys that are pushing around our flank and the guys that are in the middle, because people like to push to the middle of this map. They like to snipe in the back, they flank your right, they flank your left, and a big slow tank like this, if I get caught out in the middle, it's just not going to end well for me. And to begin with, too, this match didn't start off too well for me. So it's kind of like some notes. If you're a newer player, you're going to want to watch a little bit about how I'm playing this game, because you're never down until you're completely out. You know what I'm saying? There's always something you can do. There's always a vehicle you could probably spawn in. As long as you play your vehicles a little bit smart, you can gain points, and score is some of the easiest thing to get in this game. Some people will not take a shot if they know they can't penetrate. I will sometimes take a shot knowing I can't penetrate because I'm going to try to hit some funky shot, and usually that gives me enough points to get an assist on that tank if he dies to my teammates. and an assist adds up a little bit at a time for some score. So if I'm in a plane, I'll spot some tanks by hitting them with my main guns, even if it won't kill them, because if I get a couple more assists in a plane, I'll be able to prolong my match time if I really need to. Now, admittedly, we all get in games like this, right? I got killed by a KV2. Our team's halfway down on the ticket bleed. We're losing. We're probably going to lose. But I said, you know what? Screw it. We're at low tier. Let's do this. And I was going to spawn the 219, but I realized there's only going to be one way for me to win this match. And it's not going to be me relying on my team to go cap. So I spawn the Pack Wagon, which is a lower tier vehicle for this lineup, but it's fast. It has a good gun, same Pack 40. And I'm going to try to get around the enemies so I can kill people coming from their spawn, kill the people overwatching A, and hopefully help my team cap A so we can get some ticket bleed going on. And it's a way better option than the 219. Because while, yes, I could spawn the plane, and maybe I could have got 4, maybe even 5 kills with that 219, I'm not going to get the cap. And if our team isn't pushing the cap actively and playing it smart, we're not going to get the cap regardless, and the match is going to lose. We're going to lose the match even faster. So I generally save the 219. I'm going to save it, and I think that's the smart play. I think that's the smartest play I made this game, because sometimes I won't always do that. I'll spawn a plane just because I like, flying the plane around, doing some air-to-ground stuff, and it really causes us to lose the match, because what the team really needs is somebody who's competent, willing to push the cap in a different way, not just A to B, push the cap straight out. It's getting around the cap, killing the people around the cap, then taking the cap. And when I was talking about kind of how to play top tier, I made a video maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago on top tier Russia. Somebody mentioned that they wanted to see me actually clearing out a cap from behind and whatnot. And this is kind of an example of that. It can happen at any tier. It's just smart play. And this is kind of how you have to play the game. So I'm going to decap, and I'm not going to sit on cap and cap it. I want to get back up on their side of the hill so I can shoot anything coming out of their spawn without spawn camping. I want to be close enough to support the cap. I'm going to push up here. See that guy to my right? I'm not going to push him yet. I'm waiting for him, because if I pushed up a little too fast there, he might have seen me and, had the reaction time to kill me, but he didn't. So I pushed up, killed him. We got 2 of those KV2s down now, and I'm going to push up to this bunker. I'm checking the right-hand side. There's a lot of arty going down over here, so I want to see what's going on and kind of just wait. And in the meantime, we have 2 guys on A, so it's great. It's working out. And I'm thinking we could probably have a win from this. Take a look over in their spawn. See some 50 cal shooting up. I've also been having shader issues. Have you guys been having shader issues with this game? You can kind of see it in this clip where the trees will go from like dark to bright to dark again real quick. I don't know what that is. That's a pretty new occurrence. Now I'm making a mistake right here where I'm pushing out in front, but I thought that I could get to the enemy faster than if I was sitting in the back. So I'm kind of making a beeline across their field to try to go kill somebody up top. Is it going to work out? I don't know. Let's see. And there's a guy on A. So, no, I missed an opportunity, a little bit of an opportunity, I should say, to do justice. So what we're going to do is go straight back down towards A. I don't see anybody up top. And clearly there's a guy in A, so we're going to slow down. Okay, he's around the building. Is he going to peek back out? Doesn't look like it. I think we're going to have to go down and go clear this cap ourselves. So we're going to do that. Drive down. Hello, how you doing, sir? Goodbye. And just make sure that's decap. Now I'm going to continue and cap on this point, because we don't have any guys up far enough, right? I could have gotten away, I think, with pushing up the hill and doing what I did initially, but there's a guy behind me, so I'm kind of putting my faith in him that he's going to watch my left side and make sure nobody's going to push down. Unfortunately, there's an aisle 2 up, and the bombs about the size of my tank land pretty much in my tank, so we're going to have to get another spawn. Thankfully, I have a backup for this premium overpowered tank, so we're going to take that backup. Now all we got to do is get to cap and get it covered. Now, we're not in the best ticket scenario. Our tickets are really not doing so hot. And also, something happened this match that was a little weird, and we'll see it later on down the line, but this Hetzer gets stuck right outside of cap. I don't know if he disconnected, if he doesn't have parts or FPE, and just got engined and couldn't repair himself to get on the cap. But you'll see it later on down the video, and I just want you to be looking out for that, because it's a pretty weird thing. It doesn't happen all the time where people just don't go on cap when they're that close. But unfortunately, the enemy team capped again. Our Panzer IV and our R3 are not enough to stop these guys that are on cap. But that's all right. Big dogs here. And we take out a Sherman. Goodbye, Sherman. We'll see you later. And our team is finally around the A cap, so I'm thinking things are looking up. I'm just going to overwatch them for the time being and, try to push down, get over to their side. We got some type of plane that's assaulting us. Panzer IV is doing his work. And there's that Hetzer that I'm talking about. So something is not on A anymore. We're getting the cap. That Hetzer is just going to stay there for the remainder of the game, which I don't know. I don't know if that's his fault. It could just be parts and FPE. It could be he got disconnected. It could be that his mom called him. Dinner's ready, and just left the game. You never know. Regardless, the Panzer that was capping got killed by a T-34. So, it's our job in this heavy tank to try to kill the T-34. We're going to drive up the right-hand side. I'm going to take a look around the left where people would be coming in generally from their spawn. Just keep watching. Oh, and I got some movement. I'm going to take a look at that movement. And it happens to be our favorite little meme machine, the ASU-57. Poor guy, never stood a chance. I don't know how I didn't one-shot him there. But that's War Thunder in a nutshell for you. But when we finished, figured out how to kill him, finally. My rounds worked. And we're going to push up and try to get that 57, who dies to, what is that, a Somovente? I don't know what they're called. One of those Stugs, but it's Italian. It's basically the same thing. So now I'm on their side. I'm just going to take some cover behind this rock. Got to keep looking around. There are going to be more coming from spawn. And also, I constantly check the scoreboard because it shows you how many people are actually active in the match. So you can kind of keep tabs on that and whatnot. So in the live commentary here, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, please go cap. If he went and capped here, I think we would have won this match. But, it's unfortunate. And I don't really have enough time to get my big-ass tank around the pack. But here comes an M10. Wipe him off the face of the earth. We'll see you later, bud. And then we're going to back up, reload, sit behind the rock. Just waiting. I was still hoping that he'd get capped, but it's just the three of us now at this point. And it doesn't look like that's going to happen. BTR was up. Of course, he takes out the plane that tried to bomb him. That's another situation at lower tiers. If you're in a plane and, you don't really know what you can do, in this type of situation, scouting by shooting the tanks in the ground with your machine gun is a lot more helpful than trying to suicide bomb a BTR. The BTR is not going to do too much damage. Well, you'll see here that it ends up the BTR does do a decent amount of damage, but that's only because of his positioning. The dude played it perfect. Absolutely perfect. Speaking of our friend, here he comes. I'm going to peek out and get Gaijined real quick. Okay. What can I say? I'm not going to complain and say that if I killed him, we would have won this game. But that BTR is now going to intercept the cap and fight the two guys that are down there. I'm worrying about that, but I also know I have some tanks pushing me, so I'm trying to deal with them, and I'm looking for him. Can't figure out where he is. I get hit from the right, and he gives away his position by machine gunning me, which is like, I don't know why you would ever do that, but he did that. And regardless, I can't see him anyway, so he's behind the rock, and now behind me, that BTR is causing a ton of havoc. And basically what happens is just the saddest thing you could see when you have a good match like this, and that is two teammates that are dying. There goes one, there goes the other. The Jagdpanzer, or the Hetzer never dies, but another wheeled vehicle slid in behind me, so I back up to kill him and at least try to help the cap. The Hetzer is still incognito. There goes that thing. BTR's on cap. I'm like, all right, well, I just got to pack down the hill, I guess. I'm starting to get hit from the left, and the BTR is going to come around the corner any second and knock out my gun. And that is it for me. That's it. So, yes, is Gaijin at fault for this match? I'd like to think so. My shot on the BTR should have killed him. That being said, it's not all their fault. Sometimes games go like this, and it's just heartbreaking in general. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and maybe it taught you something. If you liked it, let me know in the comment section down below, and by giving it a like. I'll see you guys in the next one. If you're in the Northeast, stay safe during the snowstorm, man. It's brutal out there. It's the jungle out there.